Now let's look at links in web pages. So, at the end of this presentation, you'll be able to add a link to any web page. You'll be able to add a link to any position within a web page. And also a little bit of extra, you'll appreciate the role of lorem ipsum text, which you probably don't know about. So we're going to look at mainly the A attribute together with mainly the A element together with lots of attributes which work with it. So links, if you think about it, the main difference between a simple document and the web system that we have, the web pages and everything, is links. So you can start jumping around the world to different documents. 30 years ago, that was the main contribution. Okay, there's always lots of documents. What's the difference between before internet and after internet? Really, links is the key point. So how do we add link? Well, we say A on the left-hand side and then /A on the right-hand side. And then in the middle, we have some kind of text. That text acts like an anchor. It's a bit like you have a boat and then you have an anchor to the bottom. That boat is fixed to a particular position. Similar idea in the world of HTML. We have A/A. It is fixing a piece of text usually, and that is fixed to a particular destination. So that makes it into a link, basically. That text, that single word in this example is now a link. All right. So that's how you build links in web pages. So it looks like this. Okay, make sure you run your Gmail account, and then you click on that, and then it will go off to the actual website right there. Okay, simple to do a link. Now, we could do a link, but it doesn't have to be text. The thing which is anchored does not have to be text. The last example, it was text. But here, we're using a picture. There's a first picture, second picture, third picture, and we're using the images as anchors. Okay, so there's a nice little picture. It's a picture of the Twitter icon. All right, now if you click on that Twitter icon, it will trigger the link and it will go off to the actual website, twitter.com. Same thing here, little picture, PNG format picture, doesn't matter what format it is, a little picture of the Facebook icon. That is anchored to a particular destination website, facebook.com. Click on this, off it goes facebook.com. Click on this, off it goes to Google+. And of course, you could do this for 1 million pictures and 1 million websites. Okay, nothing special about these. I suppose we could try it out very briefly. Let's try it out. So we'll open this example here. Oops. And there it is. And let's try out one of them. Let's try out the Facebook one. Okay. So remember, I did this as a link. This picture is an anchor for facebook.com. So click on this. It'll automatically go to facebook.com. Let's try it out. Click, and it takes a few seconds, but yes, off it goes to the Facebook website. Okay. So pretty simple to do these links in HTML. Let's come back. Okay. For some reason, it's changed the size, but let's ignore that. So what about if you want to do some positioning inside a web page? Maybe you have a big, long web page and it has section 1, section 2, section 3. You want to jump straight into section 3, not the top. You want to jump right into the middle. So the way to do it is you add an ID. So an ID is basically a name to some kind of element. You add it to a paragraph, perhaps. And then you have your link structure, and your link structure uses hash and then the name of that you've used, the name, the ID name. Okay, so this would be within the document. In this example here, within the same document, I want to jump. When I click on go here, I want to jump to this thing, whatever that thing is. It could be a paragraph, header 1, header 3, whatever it is. It's got a name. I add the name. I add this text. Click. Okay, it will jump to that position in the same web page. All right, let's do a quick little demonstration of that. So let's open it up. And what I have here is lots of text to quickly demonstrate it. And I've added the destination right here at the top, and then right down at the bottom. Let's go down the bottom, and there's lots of text which we can't read, That's fine, because I don't want to read the text. I just want to try out my linking. Okay, lots of text, and then here is my little link, and within the same web page I can now jump. Let's try it out. Click on that, boom, and it goes straight to the top within the same web page. Okay, so that works fine. Now let's just do a couple more things before we finish. So what about if I want another web page and I want to jump right into the middle of this web page? Okay, so I'm in another web page somewhere else on the internet. No problem. I do exactly the same idea. That's the location within the web page. I just have to add the exact location of the web page. Possibly I have to add the server if it's a different server, maybe a subdirectory. But the basic idea, you add the web page source location as well as the exact location inside the web page that you want to jump. Okay? And that will jump you right into that location in that web page. So that's the idea of jumping around in different web pages. Now, finally, I thought it might be interesting just to look at that funny text that we saw. So that funny text that we saw is called lorem ipsum text. Now, that might be quite useful depending on what kind of application you're building. And it's very useful for temporary text. You don't really want to read it. It's in Latin, okay? It's got a special name, lorem ipsum. It's like 2,000 years old or something. And, you know, there's only like 2 people in the world who can read it because it's in Latin. But very useful to have that text as temporary text. You can start jumping around, fill it in your system, whatever system you're writing. And so this lorem ipsum idea is very, very useful. So what you can find on the websites, on the internet, is lots of ways to generate that text. You can actually copy it. This is just a random website, nothing special about this one. Google.com, search for lorem ipsum. And then this one will actually generate different types of kind of random Latin text. Okay, so I say, okay, give me a few paragraphs, a few words. Here we are. And I said, build me 5 paragraphs of lorem ipsum text. Great, I can copy this, grab it, put it into my own system as nice temporary text. The advantage of this type of text is no one can process it. You don't get distracted. Your brain automatically kind of filters it out. So that allows you to concentrate on everything else because you're not kind of like reading the news from yesterday because you can't read it. So it doesn't distract you if you use this text. Okay? So that's the general world of lorem ipsum text.